Succulents are wonderful plants. They are easy to grow, either indoor or outdoors. They are low-maintenance plants, and they do not require much water. And on top of all that, they are so decorative and a great pleasure to look at. The climate where I live in is quite similar to the native land of most succulents, so I am most fortunate to be able to grow them outdoors. Today we are taking a look at succulents I'm growing in pots outside. Outside my kitchen door, I have these two large pots. It's easier to keep them hydrated than in the smaller ones, and I like to group several types of succulents together, playing with structures and colors. This is Crassula ovata. The leaves got a tinge of red with the cold spells. This is Echeveria imbricata. This low-growing succulent is quite interesting and I use it a lot. It is very vigorous, growing very fast as a ground cover. It is also an excellent trailer. I like the way it softens the edge of the pots. It needs a bit of trimming very soon, otherwise it will suffocate the Echeveria. On the side I have an Echeveria pilosa. The leaves are fuzzy with a coating of fine white hairs, and the tops and sometimes the margins of the leaves are reddened or brownish. It will bloom with inflorescences in clusters of orange-red bells at the end of leafy flower stalks like Echeverias do. This plant is native to Mexico. And then we have Kalanchoe longiflora. This is a very hardy plant. It needs full sun to get this red coloration. If shaded, the leaves will turn greener, and I like it in arrangements to give them some height. Further back we have another Kalanchoe tomentosa, also called the panda plant. It has a very thick grayish green leaves, and they are covered with white small hairs and have brownish spotted tips. As they mature, they can be pruned and then they produce branches growing down, and at that stage they are also good for hanging baskets. This plant is one of the oldest succulents I have in my garden, or at least the parent was. I bought it some 18 years ago. It was just a small rosette. But I have it in several places in the garden. I like it because it has the looks of an Echeveria, but it has the pendant habit of a sedum. And that is no wonder, as it is a cross of a sedum with an Echeveria. It's called Echeveria, and it is an old mate hybrid. I use some more of that low-growing succulent to fill in the spaces, as well as some Echeveria imbricata small rosettes. However, I like to leave some space in between the plants to let them space to grow. These two pots had to be put aside to be rearranged. They were placed by the kitchen door when it rained very heavily, and then the raindrops from the edge of the roof have split the dirt all over. So I have to arrange them again. Some leaves also dropped, but put them on top of the dirt, and they will root in no time. And now let's go to the other side of the house. Here I have a big pot with some more Echeveria starbursts. This plant is a show, and one thing I can say, when it blooms, it blooms. It's so gorgeous. In the pot, I also have some Calanque tomentosa. And I can tell you that in this place it smells so good. Wish I could share with you the scent of these jasmine flowers. Then on this wall I have two hanging baskets. The top one has again Echeveria starburst. In time it will be hanging lower and will make a beautiful effect. I've put some stems of sedum burro stale, but only these two thrived. And on this lower basket I have another Calanque longiflora, and around it I have a gorgeous plant that's a subspecies of Crassula rupestris. It's commonly known as the jade necklace plant. The leaves are green with the red edges, thick and rounded and tightly stacked along the stem. Gorgeous trailing plant. It has bloomed already. You can see here the dried flowers. This plant blooms in clusters of small, white little flowers. On top of this shelf, I have another of my favorites. That's sedum Spottoleaf Folio. It's the variety purpureum. That means it has these reddish tinges. This is a species native to California and sometimes called spoon-leaved stonecrop. It is quite interesting. It forms mats, and the fleshy reddish purple leaves are quite interesting. They form very beautiful little rosettes. I have some on the other side of the container. I would like to have a larger surface covered with these species. In the middle I have an Echeveria, which is also quite beautiful. It has gorgeous bell-shaped flowers, and also I have some of the trailing sedum we have seen before. In the shelf below, a container is filled with Crassula rupestris again. This one has several years, maybe 10 or more. At the bottom shelf, another ground trailing sedum. I don't know the name. maybe I lost the tag or didn't have it. It's quite fragile. It breaks very easily, but it has a beautiful bluish color. And then a lot more plants still to be shown, but this video is already too long, so I will keep the rest for the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in part 2. Bye!